We find far too often that the pre-reads for offsites are too thick and irrelevant. There'll be a 1-inch, 2-inch, I've seen 3-inch binders go out to offsite participants with all kinds of spreadsheets and articles and PowerPoints, and sometimes entire books go out. And all this stuff hits somebody's desk. They're busy people, they have a lot to do, and they just, if they can, they plow through it all before the offsite. They show up, they do the offsite, and afterwards they say, 90% of what you sent me was completely irrelevant to this conversation. I find far too often too much material is distributed, and the stuff that is distributed, there's no guide to navigate. Here's what we're sending you, here's why we're sending it to you, here's what we expect you to do with it before the offsite in order to fuel a good offsite. If you have a well-structured, well-designed offsite, you have very specific pieces of information that everybody needs to know, everybody needs to be thinking about well in advance of the offsite. You get that material out to people. Sometimes we've done, and we've had clients do, WebExes, pre-offsite presentations. Say, look, we're going to be doing this offsite in 2 weeks. We've got a 1-hour online, WebEx or GoToMeeting. We're going to go through some material. We're going to share it with all you well in ahead so you can think about it a little bit, and then we'll be actually working with this information when we get to the offsite itself. The more that you can preload, the better. But if you're going to preload information, make sure it's done in a way that it's easy to digest and it's very clear what you expect people to do with that information before they come to the session. Otherwise, have it as an appendix, or better yet, have it not as a pre-read, but a post-read. Say, look, if you're interested in this topic we discussed at the offsite, here's a whole bunch more material that you can go through once you get home and understand the topic even more deeply. But boy, I've seen far too many times with this massive, massive pre-read dumps on people, and then after the offsite they sit there and say, what did he have me go through all that material for? Completely irrelevant to the discussion we just had.